So Kyle, I still call my parents like all the time.
Yeah.
And the one thing they always ask me is how's the weather? And it's funny because it never changes in LA.
Yeah, very rarely.
Just gonna say in January time, that's about the only time it ever changes.
It's very weird. I guess you know what? I was gonna say it's very weird that your parents ask that, but then again, I think my parents also ask that. So
every time?
They mostly ask what's the temperature out.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same thing, yeah.
Just there's different things in LA. Like one, the weather never changes, and
for the most part.
For the most part. And two, like we measure like distance in time, how long it's gonna get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily mileage, but
yeah, that's true. Because it's different each time.
It is. Time of day also, so.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
I got a feeling it was about time for one of these episodes.
Featherweight got his cutie mark? Featherweight before us!
Think they're gonna get it this episode?
Great cutie mark, Featherweight!
Why didn't Featherweight join their group?
I give up.
I don't really know why they don't have more blank flakes in their group.
All our problems! The full free press? How's the school paper gonna get us our cutie marks? Oh, your caboose! Uh-oh, that's Curtis Smith. Gotta run.
Well, we know that...
something to this newspaper idea. Guess it's worth a shot. Okay, class, see you tomorrow. Oh, for those of you who want to join the newspaper staff, stay here because we're meeting right now. Cutie marks in journalism. Such a good idea.
They wouldn't let me join the school newspaper, even though they said I was definitely qualified for it because I didn't take a required class for it.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we've seen his work, he could skip a lot of these classes, but that's not how we do things, so he just can't join the newspaper thing. I was like, it's dumb.
It's a student-run paper. I'm only involved as an advisor, so the editor-in-chief is the pony in charge, from choosing the stories to making sure it gets to press on time.
It's awesome.
Now, as I said, we have a new editor this year.
Diamond Tiara?
I'll leave you alone now to discuss every pony's
No,
assignments.
stay in the room.
Diamond Tiara, isn't she like a monster?
Alright, listen up.
Yes.
The full free press is a joke. Huh? No pony at the school takes it seriously. Well, I, the editor-in-chief in charge, am going to deliver us to newfound glory.
Yay!
First things first, where's the staff photographer? Get out there and document
I'm getting
everything.
major Gilmore Girls vibes right now.
What's important? The rest of you, I want hard-hitting news and interesting think pieces. No more namby-pamby stories like last year's editor. But namby-pamby was a great editor. Well, there's a new machine now, and I want juicy stories. The juicier, the better. Now get out there and report.
That was hilarious. She is Paris
Get out
Geller.
of here, girls. Maybe we can try packing boxes again. This could be our last chance to earn our cutie marks. If we really are supposed to be journalists, isn't it worth a little grief? I guess you're right. We can take a little bit of Diamond Tiara for a lifetime of cutie marks. I hope you've got something, because everything so far is unusable.
I want a giant tree like
Birds
that.
born? Wear these hot new hats? Ponyville the early years?
What do you want? That all sounds
but
great.
It sure isn't news.
Well, at least the one did.
Just thought.
Ready to see that?
On my desk by
Yeah.
the end of the day, and it better be juicy.
That's the most stressful thing.
Now what? Do you know what I had to do to get that story? Oh, you don't even want to know what I had to sit through.
Let me guess, they're gonna become the story?
We gave up too quickly, girls. Forget trying to squeeze stories out of this school. We need to expand.
Oh.
We found all kinds of great gossip
Feels
out
troublesome.
there in Ponyville. We'll need to tell Featherweight to start working overtime. Sweetie, well, you're a genius.
I love Featherweight. It's so cute.
Pound and pumpkin cake, trip to the store ends in tears. Gabby Gums comes through again.
The Ponyville newsstand wants to carry the full free press. Ponies keep coming by and asking for it.
Send them 20 copies, and if they run out of those, we'll send them 20 more. Youth Gabby are doing a great job for this paper. Keep those columns coming! Oh, this is the life, isn't it, girls? The best haute couture I've ever had.
You said it.
You ever done one of those?
Massage?
A spa.
Been so relaxed.
You guys!
I had a friend once who
Gums just came out.
got us
Great and powerful drinks.
all of our friends it as a gift, so I did it one time.
That's awesome.
I was very,
I'd love to try it.
I was very uncomfortable by the whole process.
Amazing.
Did you forget who you're talking to? The day I get a haute couture is the day I turn in my Daredevil license. Besides, I haven't read this Gabby Gums yet. Well, do it quietly, will ya?
Ew.
Trying to unwind.
I like Gabby Gums too, but don't you think she can be a little mean? Exclusive. Local dragon tails off. Spot opens up about Canterlot, Naps, and his fight for jams. It's our best column yet.
More like your worst column yet. Gabby Gums didn't become the biggest thing in Ponyville with nappy-pamby stories like this.
Yeah, she's right. This column is a little softer than our usual gossip. Were you guys feeling guilty about all the gossip too? Like, maybe we could be hurting other ponies' feelings?
Aww.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because every pony loves Gabby Gums so much, but I was sort of hoping
It's a good thing they go under an alias.
like this one. Me too. If we're gonna get our cutie marks, we've got to give the ponies what they want. Aww.
Applejack, asleep on the job. Can y'all believe this? And this one, Big Macintosh, what's he hiding? Who the heck
Do you remember
Gabby
that?
Gums think she
That's
is?
the doll that
Listen to this one.
Twilight enchanted
Twilight Sparkle,
for everybody to
I was a
like, and then he
Canterlot
still kept it.
snow. A well-placed, scaly source close to the prissy pony says Twilight Sparkle thinks Ponyville is nothing but muddy roads and low-class roofs. Spike! How could you say such a thing?
Well, I didn't. Gabby Gums made that up. I never said anything like that.
Every pony, please! She's just a harmless school pony engaged in a little idle gossip. You're really making too big a deal.
You tell it's about you.
But it's all lies. Gabby Gums proves whatever she wants. She doesn't care whose reputation she destroys. Fluttershy has tail extensions. Pinkie Pie is an out-of-control party animal.
Well, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
It's true! I do have a problem!
Oh, baby!
Oh, look! According to this one, the cakes are breaking up.
We are? Well, my life is officially over. Gabby Gums has made it to Cloudsdale.
Rainbow Dash, Speed Demon, or Super Softy?
I grabbed as many copies as I could, but it was too late. I'm a laughing stock.
See, Rarity, your so-called harmless gossip can be very hurtful. Honestly, you ponies have no sense of humor. So she tweaks a few ponies every now and then. Maybe they deserve...
I'll destroy her. Drama Queen Diaries. She's reprinted my diary. How could Gabby Gums possibly get access to my private diary?
That was quite a
We've got
reveal.
to put a stop to this once and for all. Sweetie Belle's on the newspaper staff. Maybe she knows who Gabby Gums is.
My sister would never associate with someone as beastly as Gabby Gums. I resent you even
What in
suggesting
180?
such a thing, Twilight.
I mean, at least she like had
She's
faith
the
in her
most
first.
innocent, most lovely.
Most evil pony in Equestria! With my own sister steal my private diary! How could my own sister be Gabby Gums?
So lose-lose for everyone, I guess.
Maybe Rainbow Dash will have a story for us. She's always good for some gossip. Rainbow Dash! Hey, Rainbow Dash! Well, if it isn't Gabby Gums. You heard too, hmm?
Are you kidding? Every pony in town knows it's you three.
Don't suppose I had to start a column on you, huh?
Oh.
Oh, hi Angel. It's Fluttershy home?
Oh my goodness. Oh. This is a school newspaper.
But it went to like several different cities at that point.
Well, I thought you might try to show your faces around here, so she put up a force field.
It's a little excessive, but okay.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on, Applejack. You're
it
not
works.
with us too, are you?
Yup.
You're not even gonna talk
She
to
said
us?
you.
Nope.
You should be ashamed of yourself, humiliating your sister and me like that. We don't want to talk to any of y'all right now, so take your little gossip column and your embarrassing photographs and just go away!
No. Kind of brought it on themselves, though.
Was that Barry Mary?
All of our friendships, and we still don't have our cutie.
I'm trying.
This is the worst day
Oh, I'm sorry.
ever. Oh yeah?
No.
Wait till tomorrow. Our most
Trying to remember,
embarrassing
but-
moments are about to be published for every pony to laugh at. So what do we do? I don't know. But we're not leaving this clubhouse until we think of something.
Well done, Diamond Tiara. You've averted yet another crisis with your amazing diplomatic skills. An open letter to Ponyville by Gabby Gums? What is this?
Should have read it.
Yeah, it seems weird that she
They're
just
not gonna
trusted
get
them.
away with this. I'll publish those photos tomorrow. They mess with the wrong pony.
To the citizens of Ponyville. For some time now, you've been reading this column to get the latest dirt and the hottest buzz. But this will be my final piece. We want to apologize for the pain and embarrassment we've caused. You see, I'm actually 3 little fillies. Sweetie-Belle, Apple-Blow, and Scoodling.
As the popularity of our column grew, we got swept up in the hype. We knew that what we were doing didn't feel quite right, but we ignored the guilt because every pony seemed to want to read what we were writing.
Great article.
From now on, we promise to respect every pony else's privacy, and we won't engage in hurtful gossip anymore. All we can do is ask for your forgiveness, Ponyville. Signing off for the very last time, XOXO, Gabby Gums.
Well, staff, I guess I gave a little too much authority to a first-time editor. I'm sorry, Diamond Tiara. I have to strip you of your title. And for the next editor of the Full Free Press, here's your new editor-in-chief, Featherweight!
He did a good job.
Him? But what about me?
Here you go. I've been promoted to staff photographer.
It's funny, the show periodically would just go back to these 3 because, you know, they're kind of like their own character in a sense. Yeah. I mean, sometimes they'll do their own individual ones too, but it's nice that we get a little bit of them. Because they're not like the main characters, but they are the next thing to it.
Well, the thing is, the viewing audience that this is intended for is young girls.
Right.
And these young girls are going to be more relatable to all the other ones just because, like, to all the other girls watching this channel, because this is the age grade or age group that they fall under. The fandom has, like, asked the creators of the show how old are the main 6. And although there's no, like, set age, or at least not that I've found, it's young adult because they have to be old enough to live on their own, to run their own businesses, and
which makes sense.
Do all this kind of stuff. But that's not 100% relatable to a young audience that still goes to school. But we don't have to have parents watching us at every moment being the main 6.
Right.
So that's why we still come back to the younger girls.
I remember when they first introduced us to them, I was just like, oh, so this is just like a one-off. We probably won't ever see them again. And like, no, actually, we keep seeing them.
Here's something that I question about this episode, which I would love to hear your inputs, and of course, I would love to hear your input. They apologized in a public tell-all saying it's us 3.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they should have published their own secrets at the end? Would that have been a better lesson? Would it have been a worse lesson? What do you think? Because I kind of feel like not necessarily retaliation, I would want them to spill their own secrets, but me personally, I don't know if the apology was enough.
Interesting.
But I don't know.
See, I didn't go there, but I mean, I think if someone, you know, put that out there and was like, hey, well, what about your secrets? Then I'd be like, yeah, what about it? Just like you said that just now. I was like, actually, that's true. But I don't think I was initially there. I was kind of like, oh, well, that was nice that they did that, and that's cool that they did that.
They still took the brunt of like everybody knowing who they were and taking the heat on that, but they were already taking the heat on that. So I don't.
That's true.
These ponies are very forgiving, and I'm so grateful for them because it teaches me a little bit of a lesson too. It's like, I don't need retaliation. I just need an apology. And like, that should be enough. But
right, but you're saying you want a little retaliation.
A little bit of me wants a little bit of retaliation, but
you know, they stopped doing it and they apologized and they admit why they did it, and so they were kind of still, I think, being vulnerable without like crapping on themselves. So I would accept it ultimately. I would be like, wow, you know, they admitted they were wrong and they're not going to do it anymore, and they explained why, which sounded like a pretty sweet reason why. It's like, well, you were all enjoying it. We didn't want to take the joy away. We were bringing joy to you even though we were destroying others.
Backpedaling.
I don't know. I think part of me is like, yeah, you should give us more, but there's also a part of me that's like, no, I think that's more than justifiable. They admitted they were wrong. You can't, I don't think two wrongs make a right, so just because...
Yeah, that's that too. Like, you can argue this in several different ways. And
I mean, if everyone's demanding for it, then I'd be like, yeah, they probably should, but no one was, so... Except you.
What do you guys think, except for me? I'm a terrible person.
No, you're not a terrible person.
Yeah, I'm just curious what you guys think, because obviously we're at a disagreement here. But, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, well, you know what, guys? Thanks for fanning out with us.
Fans out!
Okay, so maybe that episode isn't your cup of tea.
Or maybe this one is.
Yeah, you can check us out here and even vote on the next series we're going to do for Fanning Out. So all the power belongs to you.
Wow, that's incredible. You also have the power to like this video and subscribe to our channel and click the bell so that you can see what comes up next.
And you'll never be missing out. Only Fanning Out.